Ash.
Taryne.
Hi. I picked this fun fact.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this will throw you off.
Okay.
You'll hate this. And I feel like we need to show every emotion, Ashley. The people need to see you angry.
Is this gross?
It is disgusting.
What kind of ill?
If you don't know, Ashley's a clean freak. She loves to clean the house.
I'm uncomfortable just thinking about this.
Did you know what the main ingredient in household dust is?
Isn't it like dead skin? Yeah, I knew that.
That is so gross. It says that humans shed around 200 million skin cells each hour.
Oh my God.
Each hour. And they have to go somewhere when you're indoors. So every time we're dusting and vacuuming.
Oh my God.
We're basically just inhaling each other.
Oh, ew. I hate that.
We are one.
I hate that. Don't.
Today's episode is brought to you by Athletic Greens.
Athletic Greens is lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free. It contains less than 1 gram of sugar, 0 GMOs, no nasty chemicals, or artificial anything, while still tasting absolutely amazing. Basically, Athletic Greens was created when the founder experienced a ton of gut health issues and ended up on a complicated supplement routine to recover, which cost him $100 a day. With Athletic Greens, it costs you less than $3 a day, and you're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit. And I love Athletic Greens because for every purchase, they donate to organizations helping to get nutritious food to kids in need, including No Kid Hungry here in the United States, which is just amazing. And Taryne and I love when brands do this and they give back, and it's just a beautiful thing. And we love Athletic Greens.
Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into the flu and cold season. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/advice. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/advice to take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Today's episode is brought to you by Factor.
Factor makes it easy for me to eat clean 24/7 with fresh, never frozen, prepared meals that are so delicious you wouldn't believe they're actually good for you. Factor saves me time by delivering chef-crafted meals to my doorstep, eliminating the hassle of grocery shopping and meal prep, not to mention cleanup. There's no dishes to wash here. And I love Factor because they have more than 27 meal options each week, which means I'm never bored.
Head to go.factor75.com/advice120 and use code advice120 to get $120 off. That's code advice120 at go.factor75.com/advice120 for $120 off. Today's episode is brought to you by Whey. If you guys are looking for a product to quench your thirsty skin and leave it feeling satin smooth, you have found what you're looking for in Whey's Melrose Place Body Cream. Not only is it fast absorbing to nourish your skin when you need it the most, but my favorite part is it targets hydration that lasts and prevents dryness. Or you can turn your shower into an escape with the gentle skin softening Whey Melrose Place Body Cleanser. The cleanser balances your skin without stripping it or leaving unwanted residue. Another thing that I am obsessed with is it has skin softening oils in a hydration blend that gently cleanses and nourishes at the same time with a luxurious lather. Experience the new Whey Melrose Place Body Cream and Body Cleanser. Your body, your way. Go to theouai.com and use code ADVICE to get 15% off your entire purchase. That's 15% off your entire order at theway, theouai.com, code ADVICE. Welcome to the pod.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Ashley. That is Taryne. This is Unsolicited Advice, where you guys send in stories and we advise you on them. Yeah. How you been, Taryne?
I've been great.
Yeah. Oh. Great.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh my God, is she dating someone? No. No, I got a Quest 2 VR headset.
She's been playing it nonstop.
Okay, first of all, I don't want to brag, but I also will. I'm like really good at Beat Saber. Like I'm on expert. Really good. And so I just play that all the time. But I did flare up an old sports injury and I'm having problems raising my right arm.
It is very active.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently you don't have to play this way, but I was squatting. I was like jumping around.
But you get more points for that. And that's what people don't know.
No one told me that.
Yeah, because Brett...
I felt like you were laughing at me because I was squatting down so low.
I was laughing so hard because when the boxes... Okay, this is... Well, people might know.
If you know, you know.
When the big, like... structures come at you, you mainly only have to dodge them with your head. But you were like jumping side to side and I was laughing because I was like, you're the one that like would hit a wall. You know what I mean? Being
like physically hit a wall in the house.
Yeah.
Trying to play. Yeah. For sure.
But it's been great. But yeah, I'm having massive shoulder issues, which I've always known. Like, I think I have to get like shoulder surgery eventually. And it's kind of scary. But,
oh no.
You know,
not the old high school.
You got to do it for
injury
the beat.
Flare up.
No, I've always wanted to say that. Oh, it's an old sports injury. Anywho, how are you, Ash?
Oh, so good. I went snowboarding this last week and it was so much fun. It was my first like trip of the season. I plan on going a lot more. I definitely fell so hard and like bruised my butt really bad.
Is it mostly your butt?
Yeah. I fell on my like right cheek specifically. And what's so funny is like it wasn't even like an epic thing. I went down like some pretty steep stuff with a group of friends. No problems. Like, yeah. I mean, I wasn't really pushing myself. I was just like chilling. And then I go on a green to practice carving specifically and ate shit. Just like full on, just like slipped. It was a flat green and I just like caught an edge and then just fell back on my butt. And I took an Epsom salt bath. I was very concerned. It was hard to sit on for a while, but I'm doing much better today. Good. Yeah. Thank God. Good.
What is the season of snowboarding? Like, is it a specific time or it just has to do with snowfall?
It's usually, I mean, it's always in the winter and it just depends on when the snow falls.
I've always wondered that.
Yeah.
Because people are always like,
you gotta keep track. And then once it's snowed and it's stayed, then it's time.
Got it.
That's when it starts.
Good to know.
And then the latest I've ever gone was like April. If you go to Mammoth in April, it's still pretty cold there.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, guys, we have some really fun conversations on this podcast. You guys already know. You're in the UA fam, so you're well aware of that. We do continue these conversations on our socials on Instagram. So if you don't follow us there, you 1,000% should. We have a good time there. Also, if you're sitting on any kind of amazing story or sticky situation or even just something funny and lighthearted, please write it in.
Yes.
Taryne and I want to know all the details. This is your sign. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get into our Tearing It Up segment. As you guys know, Tearing It Up is the segment where you guys send in funny stories.
Yes.
We love a funny story. This one is titled Airport Boyfriend.
Ooh, I've had a few of those in my mind.
Had a few of those in my day.
Yeah.
Hi, Taryne and Ashley. I would like to remain anonymous, but you can know my name. My name is blank. I'm not going to say it, obviously, for obvious reasons. First off, I just want to say I love y'all the mostest, and y'all are so funny. You give great advice, and I look forward to it every Monday now. I don't think this plays into the story at all, but I am an Enneagram 4. P.S. Sorry if this is all over the place. No, you're doing great so far. Also, if you don't know what the Enneagram is, it's a personality quiz. That Taryne and I have honestly really dove into the last 3 years and are big fans of, and we have a whole series on it. So if you want to listen and learn more, listen to our Enneagram series. Yep. Okay, today I have a Tearing It Up for y'all. My Tearing It Up begins at the Chicago airport at the beginning of January in 2020. I am from Texas, and I had been in Chicago with my mom visiting a friend and seeing Hamilton, which was life-changing. If you don't know, Now you know. Taryne and I are huge
Hamel heads.
Hamel heads.
I think that's what the fan base is called.
Also,
I could have just made that up.
Did you hear? I was like, and if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah.
They say that in Hamilton.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. I thought I was being really clever, and I was hoping you'd remark on it.
I was too busy thinking of
I'm upset.
Hammerhead, sorry.
Anywho, my mom and I were in Chicago airport waiting to board our flight back to Texas. We had about an hour till our flight boarded, so I sat down in a chair at our gate and read my book that I had brought. I looked up for a moment and saw a super, all caps, cute guy sit down a couple rows away from me. It looked like he was with his mom as well. I didn't get a great look at his face, but I just thought he looked super cute. He had curly hair and an amazing style. It was time to board the flight, and he and his mom boarded before my mom and I. My mom and I boarded the plane, and I looked to my left to see the cute airport guy sitting there, but with a hat on and a sleeping mask on. Guy was ready to knock out, apparently.
It's the mystery of it all. Did you see there's studies that are saying people find, and again, fact or fiction, we don't know. I saw it on someone's story, but was saying people find people with masks on more attractive.
1000%.
But it's because of the mystery. And like everyone has cute eyes. Like I feel like it's very hard to not have cute eyes.
Yeah.
So it's like the mystery of like who could they be? Like you're looking at their style. And I think that's what like the intrigue is what makes people more attractive.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. That's why modest is hottest.
Modest is hottest.
So much for ever getting to see his face. I took my seat and we took off back to Texas. Once we landed, we exited the plane and we went to baggage claim. When we got to baggage claim, everyone from the flight was there waiting for their bags to come, including cute airport guy with his mom. Cute airport guy's back was turned towards me and he was standing right in front of the baggage claim. So there was no way for me to see him unless I hopped on to the baggage claim. As any normal person would do, I took a photo of his back and put it on my Snapchat story with the caption, quote, airport boyfriend. I then put a funny selfie of me on my story with the caption, anyone in Houston recognize his back? A few minutes go by and our bags come. My mom and I grabbed our bags and headed to the car. In my head, I said goodbye to my airport boyfriend and future husband forever. We got home and I took my bag up to my room and checked my phone. As soon as I checked my Snapchat, I let out a very loud no. That's how I'm going to read it.
That was the most muted, sweet no. Next time something happens to me, I'm going to try to be like... Just air.
A guy from my school had replied to my Snapchat of the cute airport guy with, quote, that's me.
Shut up. Shut up. That's so embarrassing.
She writes, I was all caps mortified when I realized that it was him and that I had taken stalkerish pictures of him and that he actually saw them. Word got around at school and people did not let me live it down. And the guy who it was called cute airport guy by many people after that. Epic. Well, that's the end of my tearing it up about my cute airport boyfriend who definitely did not end up being anything near that. Thanks for reading. Love, Anonymous. Dang, I was really rooting for you guys.
I was going to say, like, what a perfect, like...
meet cute.
Yeah.
Like that's straight out of a movie. I was like, man, maybe he just needed to know that she liked him and then, you know, it could have worked out. I don't know. But I love that the nickname stuck.
Yeah, that's freaking hilarious.
Yeah. Wow.
Dang. That's like what a small world.
Yeah. So the message to be taken away from this is just go ahead and hop on the baggage claim and confirm if you know the person or not.
Yeah.
You know?
Or you know what I love to do is go up to people and just be like, you look so familiar. Do I look familiar to you? Yeah. Even though I'm like, I've never seen you in my life.
Know each other.
But then if you lead with that line, for him, he would have turned you and been like, oh my God, so-and-so. I literally was like, I think I know him.
Yeah, that's hilarious. You know? I wonder if like subconsciously you were like, oh, I know him. That's why you were so intrigued.
Well, I'm curious if like she has a crush on, or she had kind of a crush on this guy. So it was like she felt him and was like, hello.
Yeah. Interesting.
Wow. I really wish they got together. In my mind, they did.
You know what? I like that. Let's end
That's
it with
how
that.
I win every argument I ever get in, because in my mind I won, so it doesn't matter if you did or not. I walk away going, On Wondery's podcast, Even the Rich, co-hosts Brooke and Arisha share the stories behind some of the most famous and infamous celebrities in history, from Madonna to Britney Spears, and from the Kardashians to the House of Gucci. And in an all-new season, they investigate the shocking kidnapping of heiress Patty Hearst.
Even the Rich gives you the inside scoop on the drama that keeps these families in the spotlight, how these dynasties were built, and the lengths they were willing to go to protect the family name. This show is part history, part comedy, part gossip, and completely fascinating. And if you want a little more Brooke and Arisha in your life, they're the perfect guides to give you your daily dose of celebrity gossip on Rich and Daily. Rich and Daily is the perfect podcast to keep you up to speed on all of the secrets, scandals, and news in the entertainment world. How is Britney's new life post-conservatorship? Brooke and Arisha definitely have something to say about it. You guys already know that Taryne and I are obsessed with all things true crime. One of my favorite things has been with the whole Patty Hearst series on the kidnapping. Like, Taryne and I every day are like, where are you? Did you hear about this? What do you think about this? And it's just been like our everyday, like, kind of catch up, like, what are our thoughts on what's going on? And it's been so much fun just discussing it.
Listen to Even the Rich, Patty Hearst, and Rich and Daily on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or you can listen ad-free by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app. Ash, it's the new year.
It is the new year.
And here's the thing. My goal for this year is to not waste time on things that don't deserve my energy.
100%.
Like grocery stores and cooking. Do I need to eat? Yeah. Do I want to go spend my time doing those things? Not so much. So enter Factor.
That's right. Factor tackles the tough stuff, so you don't have to. Their registered dietitians and expert chefs work hand in hand to create meals with nutritious ingredients. And with more than 27 meal options each week, we are never bored. Factor even knows my preferences. They offer vegan plus veggie meals, cold pressed juices, smoothies, energy bites, plant-based bars, extra protein, veggie sides, and more to keep you fueled and focused all day long. And I personally am obsessed with Factor because their meals arrive pre-prepared and ready to eat in 2 minutes. That's even faster than ordering in. And I love the convenience.
Head to go.factor75.com/advice120 and use code advice120 to get $120 off. That's code advice120 at go.factor75.com/advice120 for $120 off. This story is titled, How to Reject a Guy.
Oh. Let me grab my list.
I definitely feel like there's different levels of rejection.
For sure.
Like, I feel like we all subconsciously even reject people without even knowing it. Mm-hmm. Like, even like the other day, this guy pulled up to me like next to my car and he was just aggressively smiling and staring at me. And I did just a quick, like, made eye contact and looked right back. Like, even that in its way was like my cue to him, like, hey, I'm not interested, right? Like, we all do it throughout the day. They'll look away. So let's see how deep this rejection is. Okay. Hey, Taryne and Ashley. My name is Jody, and yes, you can say my name.
Jody.
I'm a huge fan of Ashley and Alicia for 5 years now.
Queen.
I know.
Thank you.
Can't believe I literally grew up watching your videos. Also, Taryne's vlogs really helped me to feel less alone and understood. I really learned how to love myself and appreciate myself for the person I am, thanks to Taryne.
Pull it together.
Thank you.
Pull it together.
That's beautiful. Okay. I really want to thank you guys so much for inspiring me every single day. I've learned so much from you guys and the podcast especially. I'm always having it on repeat.
Cute.
All right. Back to what I need advice on. I really do need advice on how to reject a guy. A little backstory. We've been friends for 7 years now. 7 years is a long time.
Okay.
Like, me and you are going on what, 8?
Ish.
Yeah. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time. We went to the same secondary school. Is that high school?
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. Same secondary school together, and he was part of my friend group. We started to really get close and started to hang out one-on-one. Throughout these 7 years, every time he would do something flirty or ask something too suspicious, I would ask him both in person and online if he had feelings for me, which I think is like super bold, right? Yeah. Which the more you read this email, the more I realize, like, I think she's like an 8.
Okay.
She's very bold and very just like straight to the point.
Yeah.
His answer would always be an immediate no. I believed him and took it that we were just friends. So I continued to hang out with him one-on-one. However, recently everything changed when he confessed to me just on our way home, saying that he's liked me for 7 years.
Oh, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Which meant the whole time.
Yeah.
The truth is, I've never liked him, and I really feel that I shouldn't be seeing him anymore, as I refuse to give him any hope that it will ever work out between us. I also don't want to lead him on any further than I already have. I, too, don't trust him anymore, nor do I feel comfortable going out with him one-on-one. I want to cut ties with him completely, but I know it's very harsh of me to do so. I feel that I don't have any other choice, though. I feel like our friendship isn't healthy any longer for me or him. I feel so bad leading him on for so long, but a part of me knows that it's not my fault for doing so. When I suggested to cut ties with him, he cried. Even after I suggested not seeing each other, he still says that we should continue to go out one-on-one as friends, and keeps asking me when I could see him or when he could see me again. And am I mad at him? And are we still friends via text? He also continues to say cheesy stuff over text, and it really disgusts me.
Oh, shoot. She said disgust.
She said disgust. How do I cut ties with someone that I have known literally for 7 years in a way that is clear and would cause the least damage emotionally on him? If you managed to read this email, thank you, and I would actually cry. Thank you guys. Love, Jody.
Jody.
Oof.
This is sticky. Because it really depends on, do you want to have a friendship with this person or not? And there's so many things that I feel like could be done, like only hanging out in groups, not alone. Obviously telling him that making it very clear that you don't plan on dating him, and you don't share those feelings for him, and then let him decide if he still wants to hang out with you. Then I don't see anything wrong with hanging out, but I do think you need to set boundaries, because he clearly, I don't think, can set them for himself.
Yeah.
So as a friend, and also just to keep you in the right, like in the clear, like maybe set boundaries where you only hang out in groups. You don't let yourself like text too much. Maybe, don't be too, not like you're intentionally being flirty, but sometimes it's easy to like kind of jokingly banter, and that can come across as flirting. Yeah. Maybe refrain from that. I had a very similar situation where I had a friend that we had known each other for a long time, and eventually, Taryne knows this, he shared that he had feelings for me. Wait, and who? I remember him.
Oh yeah.
It was something very similar where I
forgot.
We had been friends for years, and
I called that one.
Friends with my family. And I remember I was going out towards him for something. I was there by myself, and I was like, hey, like we should get dinner and drinks and like hang out and catch up and stuff. So I met him at his place, and we like walked around, and he showed me around his, like where he lives, and he eventually told me, and I was just like, thank you. Thank you. I remember being so heartbroken, because I genuinely like cared for him and like thought, he was a really good friend, but I was like, this isn't going to happen again. Like I won't be coming out to visit anymore, you know? So.
I still remember you called me and told me, and I was like, I knew it.
I was like, oh, got it. But like, that's one of those things where like the second they make it clear out of love for them and you wanting to protect them, you have to be very clear. Like, hi, I don't feel the same way. I do care about you, but not in the same way that you feel. And you have to draw those lines and make it very clear for them.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have feelings, then you're not going to get hurt, but they very much will. Yeah. So you got to cut it.
Yeah.
You need to cut it.
You need to cut it. I have so many things to say on this. One is, I feel like I feel like I always get hate. Not hate, because no one hates me. But I feel like people always push back when I say, I really think there comes a point in your life where it's not the best idea to be friends with the opposite sex. And it's because I think it's very rare for two people, or whatever your preference is, right? Like, to be friends with someone who you love them dearly. I think sometimes love can be confused. It's very easy to shift from like, I love you as a friend, I would do anything for you, to romantic, right? And it usually takes like one time of some type of like physical connection or like something, or you're feeling lonely, or you're feeling like he makes me feel so happy, or she makes me feel so like great about myself, like whatever it is. And I think that it is very hard to have those type of relationships where someone has tiny bit of feelings. And I think a lot of times it'll never come out. I think a lot of times it's more like, oh, there's an attraction, but it's not like that, because you don't want to risk the friendship, whatever. But almost every person you talk to, and they have that friendship, and if you're like, no, I don't have feelings for them, well, they have feelings for you. Like, it's very, very rare. I think it can happen to an extent, but I think best friendships where you're always together, I think it is very, very rare.
I think there is I think it takes a very specific type of person to have that friendship. And I think both people need to be that specific type of person. And I think that is extremely rare. I was having this conversation with my friend on the way to Mammoth this past week, because we were just playing 20 questions. We had like freaking a 5.5 hour drive. Like, we had so much time. So we were just asking each other like weird stuff. And this was one of them. And it was like, can guys and girls of opposite sex be friends, like platonic friends? And my answer after like much thought and discussion was like, no. I think it's one, I think it's very rare, and then two, I think it doesn't necessarily mean that you want to be with the person, but I think we're very much we're gonna go down a path right now. I think we're very much animals in that sense, where there is a drive to procreate and to survive and to stay alive, and that does involve like offspring.
Well, and I like think, just connection. And
obviously I think we're like a different level than animals, but I think that is still like something in us to where, no, you might not be attracted to him or want to like have a life with him, but does that mean that you wouldn't be with him? You probably would.
It's just, like I said, there's levels, right? Like, there's friends where like I see them every once in a while and I'm like, hey, what's up? And it's like, whatever. But like a friendship like me and you, if I'm spending that amount of time with someone and telling them everything, like my deepest things, and they're sharing with me, like, you can't have that and not start to like be like, oh my gosh, like, wait, is this something? Like,
especially the like daily basis.
And eventually you're gonna get with someone, and that then creates a tricky dynamic. So it's just, so anyways, all this to say, I think either way, no matter what all we've talked about, he clearly has feelings for you.
He's made it very clear.
So there's going to be awkwardness that comes when you start dating someone where he's going to get upset. If he starts dating someone, they're not going to want you around if they find out like he like confessed his love for you. There's tension. You're getting grossed out by stuff he says. So I think either way, it's showing this friendship isn't meant to continue the way it was. However, I don't think it has to be this big dramatic thing. I think you can be very clear with him and just say, hey, I'm cool with us being friends, but here are my boundaries. Like, I don't want to hang out with you one-on-one. I don't think we should be like texting each other. And like when we hang out in groups and we see each other, cool. But like for me, I need that space. And also like it could die down eventually. Like I've had a guy that confessed feelings for me. It was super awkward. We didn't talk for a while. And then one day he just came up and was like, hey, like, I want to be friends again. And I was like, okay. And like, we were cool, you know? But did that change the way I acted to him? Yeah, because I'm not a bad person. Like, I didn't want to hurt him.
Like touch him while you're talking, like a hand on his arm or something like that. You make sure that like eye contact doesn't linger and that nothing comes across as flirty.
Fully. And I definitely am the type of person, I've said this before, like people have accused me of being a flirt, but it's because I act like, even if I just met you, I'm the type that acts like I've known you forever, right? So like I am very like physical. I'm very like, oh, let's just talk about everything and our feelings and tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. So I have had to learn the time and place for certain things, you know?
No, for sure.
But anyways, I feel like it's very clear, and I know you're writing in because you feel guilty about like having to cut ties, but I think
you need to cut it.
There are options, and if you want to go the way of like, hey, let's create some boundaries, see how it goes, and then if he can't do that, then be like the drastic like, hey, we can't talk anymore.
Yeah.
But
and I think just like give him a heads up. Just be like, hey, I know how you feel. I'm so sorry I don't feel that way. Out of respect and love for you. Maybe don't use the word love. Be like, I'm going to make sure that, you know, we are protecting you at all costs. I would love if we don't hang out one-on-one. Still down to hang out in groups. But, you know. Yeah. Draw those lines.
Fully agree.
Wow.
You got this, Jody.
Wisdom dropped. Mischief managed.
So I feel like health is a big thing right now, right?
Yeah,
like we're working on our mental health, we're working on our emotional health, and we're working on our physical. I was going for physical, but that too. And one of the things I have become obsessed with is finding the products that not only make sense for me, but that I can see the benefit of them. And I will say, we are an Athletic Greens household.
Oh my God.
You will find their products in the shelf to the right of the oven. And we're so excited to be working with them today.
For me, when it comes to health, all I want is efficiency, essentially. I want to take like one shot of something and know I'm good for the day. I'm tired of taking like 12 different supplements to get to the same result that like one cup of Athletic Greens will give you. AG1 is a small micro habit with big benefits. It's the one thing you can do every single day to take really good care of yourself. And I think gut health is crucial to health. If your gut's off, then everything's off.
Right?
Like, everything's off. So prioritizing that first thing in the morning is the absolute best thing you can do. But it's lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free. It supports better sleep quality and recovery and supports mental clarity and alertness, which I know I need that. It costs you less than $3 a day, so you're investing in your health. And like most of us, it's a lot cheaper than our cold brew habit. And Athletic Greens is trusted by leading health experts such as Tim Ferriss and Michael Gervais.
Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into the flu and cold season. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/advice. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/advice to take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. I don't know about you guys, but when the weather goes back and forth from hot to cold, I tend to have a massive flare-up of dry skin, and there is nothing more annoying than itchiness. Can I get an amen? And now the hair care brand Whey has body products as amazing as their famed detox shampoo. If your skin has been feeling dehydrated lately, Whey has you covered with their new body cream and body cleanser. The hydrating skin softening duo comes in the iconic Whey fragrance Melrose Place with notes of bergamot, lychee, cedarwood, and white musk. Me and Ash are both obsessed with this scent. And you know how you get a new product and you like open it and sniff it first, right? And the scent makes you want to know more about it. And then when you start to use it, you become even more obsessed with how hydrated, soft, and smooth your skin is. The Melrose Place body cream is fast absorbing and nourishes your skin when you need it the most. And also, the Melrose Place body cleanser balances your skin without stripping removing it or leaving unwanted residue. Experience the new Whey Melrose Place Body Cream and Body Cleanser. Your body, your way. Go to THEOUAI.com and use code ADVICE to get 15% off your entire purchase. That's 15% off your entire order at The Whey, THEOUAI.com, code ADVICE.
Okay, going into my story. I don't want to say the title because I feel like it's going to give too much away.
Ooh, okay.
But it is from Anonymous. And let's dive in, shall we? Hi, Taryne and Ashley. I hope you ladies are having an amazing day and that 2022 is going well for you thus far. I started binge listening to your podcast in 2020 and have not missed a single episode since.
Ooh.
My girl. I gave it away. It's a girl. Fine.
Story's ruined, Ash.
I find myself re-listening to old episodes because I'm too impatient to wait for Monday. You two are so wise. Oh, she called us wise.
We are.
We're going to walk out of here with our heads high today.
Do you ever have times? Because I feel like everyone who writes in is like, you changed so many people. You guys are like so amazing. You're so smart. And then sometimes like I'll have moments where I'm like in my room's a mess. Something smells in my room and I can't find it. And I'm playing VR for hours by myself. And I'm like, do they know? Like,
They really know.
but maybe that's what's so inviting about us is we show all sides.
We're relatable as hell, Taryne.
We are
Renee.
relatable.
Yes.
And everyone would be more relatable if we were just so much more open about our mess too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, sorry, tangent. Keep going.
Moving on. Let's say it again. You two are so wise, and I love your YouTube channels as well. I've thought about writing into you guys about many things, but when this situation came about, I ran right to my laptop to email you guys.
I love it.
Wow. I hope that you'll read this on the pod, but even if you don't, I'm just excited to be emailing you. Now,
Cute.
this story isn't exactly about me. And because of the nature of the story, I would like to say anonymous. But for you guys to know, my name is blank. Let me get into the story because it's quite complex. I have an older sister. Let's call her Piper. She's 23. Piper is a cute name. She's 23 and I'm 20. Piper has been teaching at a school in our city for the past 2 years through a fellowship program. I know you guys love details and these will definitely come into play. This year, she was able to begin her master's program for teaching online through a partnership between her job and NYU. This fall, she was assigned to a sort of mentor to monitor her teaching hours and to be an advisor to her. Her mentor happened to be male, and let's call him Seth.
Is this going to further prove my point?
I don't know. About halfway through the fall semester, she began mentioning him a lot more and going to the gym with him. She
shoot.
Yeah, the gym is not a kid.
Oh, shoot.
If you're friends with the opposite sex and y'all work out together,
Dude,
it's a matter of time.
If a guy gets me to go to the gym, just period. At this point,
Taryne's interested.
I'm into it.
Taryne is attracted.
Because
very
no
much.
one would I choose to run like a duck in front of. So
Run like a duck in front of. I'm dead. Yeah.
the mental picture.
Jen. Okay. She also mentioned that he trains a lot of people, so I didn't really think anything of it. Eventually, along the line, Piper mentioned that he was married and had a child. My mom, who can be very judgmental and tends to jump to extensive conclusions, automatically found it odd that she was spending time at the gym with him so often. Isn't it weird how moms know? Moms know.
But like, yes, but also,
Who's
like,
mentor?
No. What, when you are a married man, there is a very small source of excuses that you should be spending time outside of your job or like things that you're doing, going to do activities alone with a female that's not your wife.
Also, we're talking like not student, but student.
Yeah, like younger, but like,
Yeah.
that's not like if my husband was ever like, oh yeah,
I was working
I'm
out
going
with
to the gym. I got a new gym partner. Her name is like Susan. What? Susan.
Her name's Piper.
Piper. I would be like,
Then no.
huh?
That's a hard no.
Huh?
Anyways, continuing on, the mom brought it up a lot and talked down on Piper behind her back. I'm extremely loyal to my sister, so I mentioned it to her, but Piper still reassured me that there was nothing going on.
It's coming. It's coming.
That brings us to today. Just this evening, Piper sent me a text saying she needed to talk to me about something and that she was not okay. She ended up FaceTiming me and admitting to me that she had slept with Seth, not once, but twice. And yes, Seth is still married with a child.
Oh my God, I hate men.
Piper told me that this happened back in December and that she knew she was a horrible person. She also said that she understood if I didn't want to be around her, but I reassured her that I would not do that, although I am very disappointed in her decision. On top of all of that, she also said that her roommate and coworker admitted to knowing about the affair since it happened and avoiding her purposefully because of it. For reference, Piper's roommate had been at the apartment less and less since December and staying with her girlfriend instead. She told Piper that she did not want to be friends with her right now because she is extremely uncomfortable with her decisions.
Shoot.
Damn. And she had been cheated on before and knows how it feels.
Oh, that is one of the biggest triggers I feel like out there is like if you've been cheated on, anything comes up in regards to that and you're automatically like so triggered and like there for the person and angry with them.
Yes. Oh. I asked my sister why she slept with Seth and if he'd been treating her differently at work since. I can tell that Piper feels horrible and she was saying things like, I know I don't deserve anything good in life. We talked for a while and I tried my best to comfort her without justifying her decision. My question is, what advice do you have for my sister Piper? How does she move forward with this and become a better person? I also have a long-term boyfriend and can't even imagine how sick I would feel if I were to be cheated on, so it's harder for me to give advice. Should she ask Seth to tell his wife the truth? Should she tell his wife? Should she leave the school she works at after the semester? I have never dealt with someone who intentionally cheated or helped someone cheat, and I don't know what to say or how to be there for my sister and also let her know that her actions were awful. I also am concerned because Piper and I were planning on getting an apartment together at the end of the summer, but this decision and some other decisions that she's made in the past are really making me question whether it's safe/wise to live with her. I really need and want to get out and get my own place because my home life is not very healthy. I won't go into detail since this email is already so long. I need all of the advice that you ladies can offer. I love you guys so much and thank you for reading this email. XOXO. Anonymous. And then she says, also, you guys will definitely... I didn't read the PS. We just got invited to a wedding again.
Shut.
You guys, what is at your weddings? And it means everything.
Dude.
And I don't think that you guys understand how down Taryne and I are to just freaking show up and crash your wedding. Yep. We would love.
I would like to give a speech.
We would love.
Imagine me up there. Hi, everyone.
Imagine like walking in and everyone be like, oh, how do you know the bride and groom? And we'd be like,
we should say we're their therapists. That's epic.
We're their life counselors.
I'm her life coach.
Guidance counselors. Yep. Thank you so much for the wedding invite. This is very exciting. Can't wait to show up.
I have so many things to say.
Yeah, I think we've gotten so many emails about people who have accidentally cheated, and we've gotten so and I realize that it can be sticky, and sometimes you get in situations where like it just kind of happened and you weren't planning on it. This, how I agree, does feel so much more different because it was such a slow like build up to it doesn't feel the same as like, oh, we got drunk, we were at a thing and it just kind of happened. And this is very much like you saw it coming. So it was very intentional for Piper to be like, listen, I like you, I know you have a family, I'm doing this anyways. That's what I think like takes this to the next level.
See, and this is one of those, like, I feel like it's hard for us to even fully give advice on what she should do.
Right.
Because there are so many things at play here. You know, like, is he this old creepy dude who like uses his position to like seduce his, what is she? He's like her trainer, right?
She's in a fellowship program and he is her mentor.
Okay. Like, is this just something that's happened all the time? Because then, and this sucks, and I'm not the type of person to go around and be like, sexist, blah, blah. Like, that's not. But there are some harsh realities out there, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it could be that this guy has done this thing, that the administration knows about it, and they just try to make stuff like hush hush and it just goes away.
Yeah.
Or it could be something where if she reported it, there was action that was taken and whatever. She could tell the wife, because I think the wife deserves to know. But then also, like, how much, like, at what point I think your sister needs to think about herself right now.
Yeah.
And what is best for her. And if what's best for her is just to, like, cut everything, leave, quit the job, leave, she doesn't want to get involved in everything, then she should do that. If what's best for her is to shoot just an email to the wife or a letter or whatever and say, like, hey, I just want you to know A, B, and C. If she wants to report, if she wants to, like, create the waves and, like, hope that it creates a change, because obviously stuff's going on within this company that shouldn't be. I mean, it's hard to say, because I don't know what your sister, like, mentally and emotionally can handle. And I don't know what the outcome is, because unfortunately there's so many women that report stuff and are just dismissed and fired, or, you know, obviously not for that reason, because they would never, like, fully be able to say that.
Right. Yeah.
And then you leave with all this emotional damage of, like, they didn't believe me, or they didn't care, like, they chose him over me.
Yeah.
So it's hard, because there are so many possibilities of how this situation could end up.
Right.
So I don't feel comfortable being, like, a part of suggesting a certain thing that could have that impact on her.
Yeah.
I could say, me as a wife, I would want to know. Like, I would want to know what's going on behind my back. But I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to say something and have her do it and then have that responsibility if something happens. Right. So it's hard.
I think what Piper needs to do is sit down and decide what her options are and what's best for her. If that means staying in this fellowship, then I think.
But how do you continue in that? That's what I'm like. We're talking about this other situation that's like, oh, they're friends and he told me he liked me. I can't even be his friend.
Yeah.
Let alone, like, you're gonna go and have to report to this guy and see him. Like, chances are either it's gonna be super awkward and damaging to you, or you're gonna keep sleeping with him.
Yeah,
like,
Taryne's right. I feel like maybe you can stay in the same fellowship program and just request a new mentor. I don't know if this is a healthy answer or not, but I avoid conflict at all costs. I would bounce so hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is advice, but this is what I would do.
No, but that's what we're saying. Like, you know your skill set and your levels, and you know you couldn't handle, like,
I couldn't see him every day. And if I had already broken down and, like, slept with him, then it's gonna happen again.
Yeah,
that's how I am in all things in life. Like, once I, like, break that, like, first time, then I'm like, okay, it's done, I'm eating the whole cake, you know. Like, it's just like, that's just my personality. So I don't think I could be around him, period. So I would try to figure out, I would want to stay at my school and be in my fellowship program at all costs. So I would try to find a new mentor, and you don't need to tell them why. It's no one's business, honestly. If you don't want to tell anyone, you don't have to, but I would just get rid of him in your life, period. All communication, and avoid possibly running into him at all costs.
Yeah.
If that is not an option, for whatever reason, then maybe it's time to find a different place for your fellowship program. Maybe you can do it at a different school. That sucks, because I know you've been working so hard, or Piper's been working so hard, but it's one of those things, Taryne's so right. We can't really, I need to know so much more.
Yeah, because then you have the flip side that's like, well, why should she have to leave?
Right.
Why should she have to, like, run away? Like, she's not in a relationship.
Also,
like,
she's not the authority figure.
Exactly.
I know she's a grown adult. 23 is old enough she's an adult. But that is still, that is him being very inappropriate.
Yeah.
In his workplace, and her being the like student. So that puts him in a really bad position. Oof, that is tough.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, I think my initial response is like, no, like, you need to like report it. You need to tell the wife, like, all these things. But I know that, and it's so hard because people who are like the other woman, the other man, like, you get this rap that you're just this awful, terrible person. And I think sometimes it's so much easier to hate that person than to like hate the person that you love that you're still in a relationship with. But end of the day, like, he is the one like massively in the wrong. Like, should she have done it? No, she went into it knowingly. She has to take responsibility for that. But it's just so hard because I have been the other person. And did I go into it knowingly? No. But I watched how at the end of it, I was literally thrown to the side like a piece of garbage while this guy just like continued on with his life and like was so happy as if nothing happened. And that was such a damaging experience for me that I still am like processing, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is like, she needs to be careful of what comes after this, because not only is she going to have trust issues because she's seen firsthand how easy it is, but she also is going to feel like, she keeps saying like, I understand if you don't talk to me, I'm a terrible person, all this stuff. Like, yes, what you did was terrible, but all of us make mistakes. That does not determine who we are and what our future is.
No, so and she's no worse than like what anyone else has done either.
Yeah, she's got to figure out how to take control back of like who she is, and then step forward. Tomorrow's a new day. Be a person that you can be proud of tomorrow. You know what I mean? So it's just hard because I think she needs to figure out where she's going. Does this guy deserve to get caught and in trouble? Yeah, he fully does. And there's a tiny bit of me that hopes that happens. Mm-hmm. But I also think Piper needs to figure out what is best for her. Mm-hmm. What can she handle? What kind of support system does she have? And kind of move on from there.
And what will allow her to continue in her program and continue school and work.
Yeah, in a way that makes sense and she's comfortable with, not going in every day and being like, this is so awkward, you know?
And like not necessarily going to the school and like telling everyone either. Like it's whatever feels right for her. But
now her roommate knows.
I hope that she stands up for herself also.
That can just create such a, like I said, like a bad rep. Like you are known for this, then it's like, oh, well, I wouldn't trust her around my man. I wouldn't, like, she's got to be careful
how this plays out.
Yeah. I don't know.
And in some cases, obviously right now it's just you, writer, anonymous, and her roommate. But if it continues to grow and the rumors tend to spread or start to spread, sometimes it's better to just take control of the narrative and like say it yourself. Again, that's something that she would have to decide.
It's so hard.
If it was just two people, I wouldn't feel the need to like make this huge petition or get him written up in any way. I would probably tell the wife and kind of leave that in their corner. But again, if the rumors start flowing, then I personally would rather take charge of what's being said and say, hey, this happened, and take it to the board, or I don't know where you work, but
yeah. Because then, I mean, I've seen firsthand situations where, you know, someone is like, their marriage is basically over, they're miserable, all this stuff, they have an affair, and then the marriage ends up ending and they were with them, and that was then a healthy relationship. Like, I've seen every type of outcome, like from personal experience, like people I know and love. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's such a situational thing of like, where you're gonna go from here. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what her conversations are like with this guy. Is he just being like super sleazy, like the next day acts like it didn't happen, or is he like, I love you, like I'm gonna leave her? Like, not that cheating is ever right, and I want to say that so clear. I don't care what your situation is, there is always a better option. Mm-hmm. there's always a better option. But there are a lot of things that come into play that we don't know. So that's why it's so hard to like
Are there
know how
real
to handle
feelings? Was this just a one-time thing?
Yeah.
Sounds like it probably was. I wish I knew like his age.
I know.
There's so many things I want to know.
I would say, like, as her sister, sit with her. I think it's really good. If you care about a person, you need to care about them enough to say, hey, what you're doing is wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those are hard conversations to have. But I think you reassure her that you love her. You're not judging her. You're here for her. But also, like, ask her those hard questions.
Yeah. And also, like, that's what sisters are for. So if she, obviously she messed up. She's aware of that. You're the type of person and you're in the position to be her accountability buddy where you're just like, hey, listen, I love you. You messed up. But guess what? It's okay. However, you got to do better.
Yeah.
Like, moving forward, don't just assume that you can go back to seeing him and working out with him and like spending time in your fellowship program with him. That's all got to change.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you are headed down a very messy road that I don't want to watch you go down.
Yeah.
So maybe that means we don't live together because I don't want to sit here and watch you make a mess of everything and then have to pick it up later. You know?
Oh my God, that's a whole
I
other...
would want to be there for her, but I don't necessarily want to sit there and watch it play out, you know? It's hard.
Yeah, I think you're best be there for her, but also it sounds like you have your own stuff going on with like your house and needing to get out. And I think if you don't feel like that would be a stable, secure situation, don't do it because
we don't know what else is going on either.
Your living area and circumstance has to be a safe spot for you too.
And it's okay to be selfish in that way.
No,
you need
fully.
to take care of yourself first before helping someone else.
I hate how common that is.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so
common.
messed up.
And it's, I don't know, it's just heartbreaking to me. And I think, I don't know, there's so many factors that come into it. So I feel like hopefully something we said can spark a like, yeah, that's a good question to ask her, or I need to like whatever.
Maybe something resonated.
But at the end of the day, she's got to take control of her own life. And I do believe that stuff, like what goes around comes around. And this guy hopefully is going to learn his lesson too in some way.
Yeah. And a lot of times, this is the last thing I'm going to say. I think something that happens to a lot of people when this occurs is you feel this like huge sense of shame, and rightfully so. Like, I get that. So you don't talk about it, and you don't want to talk about it because you don't want rumors to be spread. But 90% of the time, I feel like, and I say 90, I don't know where that came from. I wouldn't be shocked if he's done this with someone else too. And
that's what I'm super curious about.
Where sometimes it is better to say it and get it out in the open, because I mean, that's how the whole Me Too movement happened anyways, was someone finally spoke up. So I don't know. I'm just in my head, based off of this email, I'm picturing this like sleazy professor who has a track record of hooking up with girls. I mean, in my head, I'm like, he even got her to his gym and was working out with her.
See,
like, that's intentional.
That fact wasn't even there. Like, if he hadn't been like, hey, let's go work out together, just the two of them. Like, right when you read it, I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Then maybe I don't know. There's so many things
much.
I need to know.
But in my head, especially with the gym thing, he's a sleazy professor, and I would not be shocked if he's done this before. But again, I don't know the guy. There's so much I want to know. I think you're an amazing sister for writing in on behalf of your sister. I think be there for her when she needs you, but a healthy distance is crucial to your sanity and mental health. I don't think you need to live with your sister. I think if you guys are feeling like you're in two different places, then maybe you don't need that. And that's totally fine. But
dang, I hope she gets out of it.
You seem very wise and level-headed, and I love that. And I think your sister needs a little bit of you in her life. So you're a good little sister.
Little sis.
Good little sis.
Ooh, well, ending on that heavy note.
The message to be taken away from this one, ladies and gentlemen, don't cheat. Just don't do it.
Don't cheat. Or
no one has time for that.
Hire a private investigator just to check in every month. It's not that I don't trust you. Well, I guess. Anyways. Okay. Should we have a dad joke?
Let's end it on a positive note, because you guys know we love ending on a dad joke.
I could have talked about that situation for like 5 hours more.
Same.
I still have so much to say, and so much is like running through my head.
Emailing her back and being like, wait, I need to know his age and I need to know his address.
If we go to the wedding, we're going to be like, wait, is that?
Oh my God, the wedding.
Anyways, okay. My friend asked me if I could name 2 different structures that hold water. I said, well, damn.
That's good.
You get it? Because well, and damn.
Damn. That's great.
Is it, Ash?
Yeah, that was really good.
Okay, good.
That was really good. You guys already know, if you made it to the dad joke, that we love you the mostest. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you guys are sitting on a sticky situation, like what we read today, or maybe something more serious, or something maybe more lighthearted, write it in. This is your sign to do so. Taryne and I live for the drama, so give us all the dirty details, and be sure to follow us on all of our socials because we continue the conversations there.
Yes, we love you all. Have a great day. Hug your loved ones. That's it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.